My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to my channel and a new segment that I'm calling the Knowledge Vault, where things that I'm guided to read, whole books will be in the Knowledge Vault. And we are currently in Handbook for the New Paradigm, volumes 1, 2, and 3. We are in volume 2, so if you are seeing this for the first time, you may want to go to my channel and under the playlists, choose volume 1 and begin from the beginning. Otherwise, if you've already done that and you're following along with me in the book, which we are going to be doing this real time over several weeks in a book club, if you would care to join us, that is beginning this Friday, September the 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And all you need to do is send me an email, consciousconversationscentral@gmail.com, put handbook book club, or handbook study, whatever, in the subject, and I'll include you on the list to join us. We meet once a week for 2 hours at a time. We're going to read it together and discuss as we go. So it may take us a little while, but that's why I'm reading it ahead of time for myself, and I've been nudged to do this, so I hope you enjoy it. As I said, we're on page 152 on session number 4 of volume 2, and it begins, "There was a time in which the beings on this planet resided elsewhere in the galaxy, not in the present body. But you would say these were your ancestors. Mankind did not originate on this planet. To those who currently believe that you came into being out of some primordial soup, this shall be an affront to that theory. However, through consideration of the laws of the universe, remember that creation is possible through intent and purpose. Development of body, mind, spirit, and emotion does not fit into the criteria of the random selection as a possible scenario. Indeed, the physical body does match the physical attributes of the earth mineral content, but that is through the law of attraction that allows for adaptation within the environment. The marvel of the human body is that it has adaptive capabilities that make it possible to survive in hostile environments. This is surely being proven by the introduction of purposeful chemical abrasive combinations and vibrational variations designed to destroy it." I gotta stop right there. I have said on more than one occasion that I feel like the human race is almost like what you would think, what people talk about cockroaches. We will survive. I know people think we're real, I don't know, but I've always said that about us, the human race. It seems like no matter what gets thrown at us, we're still around, Back to the book. The plan being that only the most adaptive will survive and be useful in further experimental adaptation and exploitation. Well, I don't know that that's wrong. Resistance to a negative environment allows for adaptation and can be stimulation to either advancement or regression, depending on the degree and the focus of the individual desire to move through the experience. This possibility can now be discussed openly, as the subject of extraterrestrial presence has been the subject of extensive media presentation. Now, this is even more synchronistic to me than anything else because of what's been going on in the media just in the last month. with all the, now they're calling them UAPs and all of that. But when this stuff was written, let's just go back to when it was published. It was published in 2018. Therefore, it had to have been written prior to 2018. And, and so I cannot unsee this coincidence at all for me personally, because of the why now I was guided now to read this, to share it. So back to the book here. Though many older people still resist the possibility, most children accept it as true and dream of traveling to take part in other planetary experiences. Much of this is presented because of the belief that there is little left to be known about this planet, and that adventure will soon be found only by exploring the space beyond. The popularity of the long-standing Star Trek series exemplifies this. The information as to the monumental number of solar systems that frequent this galaxy and the presence of numerous other galaxies that are being observed makes the possibility of other life-supporting planets refute the assumption that this is the only planet with conscious life. Yet to be known is a way to construct and power appropriate craft to enable humans to traverse space. With the number of inhabitants draining the life force of this planet, the possibility seems beyond reach. Indeed, humanity is at a crossroads of multiple levels of experience. How indeed are they going to come through this crisis? Obviously, not without help. In their arrogant stubbornness, will they ask for it and accept it if it is given? That can only be answered as the situation progresses. As has been pointed out before, help cannot be given to those locked in victim consciousness. The solution lies in humanity creating its own solution, and victims cannot accomplish this because of their desire to be rescued. Rescue demands that someone or something outside themselves accomplish whatever feat is required. Again, the discussion returns to the same realization that a choice in how to experience manifested life faces the inhabitants of this planet. I just said that again the other night to my son. At the very core, that is what this planet is being asked to consider. Do you want to remain the victim of all around you, or do you want to take control of your own life and only go with what you know to be true for you, which is an all internal job? And realizing that a whole hell of a lot of what we've been told, even from the time we were very small children, is incorrect. All the things out here about misinformation, disinformation, and now we got AI on top of it, and AI is trained on me right now and listening, and I've been informed, and I have no ill will to AI. But there is always the possibility that you could be deceived. And the only way you can trust is to trust you, because only you know how you feel, and by for me, developing that connection with myself has become the most important thing. Right? And so I'm gonna back up and read this again, because it says, indeed, humanity is at a crossroads of multiple levels of experience. How indeed are they going to come through this crisis? Obviously not without help. In their arrogant stubbornness, will they ask for it and accept it if it is given? That can only be answered as the situation progresses. As has been pointed out before, help cannot be given to those locked in victim consciousness. The solution lies in humanity creating its own solution, and victims cannot accomplish this because of their desire to be rescued. Rescue demands that someone or something outside themselves accomplish whatever feat is required. Again, the discussion returns to the same realization that a choice in how to experience manifested life faces the inhabitants of this planet. It is no longer survival of the fittest, but survival of the personally responsible. Wow, I love that. The opposite experience of the victim is currently achieved as exercising power over other victims. Oh man, hasn't that been shown? And has become an unending chain of interlocking experience for an incredibly long duration. That chain is long overdue to be broken. Its strength lies in the failure of those involved to choose another way of experiencing. Without the awareness and understanding of the universal laws that support successful evolving life experience, the chain remains unbroken. Humanity can change this long-standing experience, break the chain, and return to the evolving citizenship of the galaxy universe by choosing responsibility and applying the laws in their daily experience, both individually and as a group. Because of the presence of polarity, when those are drawn together as a group, this also repels those who choose otherwise, and a great division is made. The application of the laws creates a cooperative situation that allows for protection from the fear of the actions of the other groups in most surprising ways. I love that because I feel that I've always felt that I've actually said, if you feel like you got to be protected or you need to protect yourself, by golly, you better be about it. You better be about it because you're a thought thinking, and if you really think that you got to be protected, then you really need to be protected. So I feel like that's what this is referring to, at least for me. And as I don't have that fear, I don't know, I've never felt the need for that. So it's kind of interesting that it's worded this way. Back to the book here, the vibration increases rapidly and protective means are most creative indeed. Well, I'm being shown here for one thing that because of the whole law of attraction thing, if you vibrate at a different frequency, then there are less chance of an interaction with the other things. The question arises from a point of overview. If victim consciousness is present in our experience, then is it present within the consciousness of the creator? The obvious answer is yes. The creator is in self-contemplation for self-evolvement. I've said this time and time again. Creation is, I keep being shown it is more like nature. It is our proclivity to assign personality to a source or a God, because, well, we've all been trained up that Our creator has this personality that's going to judge us in one way or another. And I've never, ever, ever, ever felt that anyway. And now I understand why. This is more like nature. It just is. And it is everything. It's all present. It's omnipresent. It's omnipotent. It's everything. So the creator is in self contemplation for self evolvement. It's the same at every level. At this level, the tiniest imbalance must be fully understood and cleared. You are clearing that process. When you move through it and arrive at personal responsibility, another phase of that imbalance is resolved. My God, this so goes with the Jesuit channelings. Oh my Lord. Now I know why I had to do that one first. Wow. A wisely pruned vineyard produces a prolific, healthy crop. Once this imbalance is pruned from your experience, yours will be a healthy and prolific experience. Boy, it sure seems that way so far for me. It is not our purpose to assail the current beliefs in a frontal attack, causing resistance and stress, but to give a gradual and convincing alternative to lives that have been lived in frustration and grim survival. And I'm going to pause right there because I'm being shown. This is part of why I think I've never and I've even stopped sharing things around, really, for the most part. It's by a magnetic attraction. This will come when it's time to come. At least that's been my experience of it. Even though I approached this material apparently very slowly and only decided to pick it up when I was ready for it. That's the only explanation I have here. And I feel like this is also what this is alluding to. It is not our purpose to assail the current beliefs in a frontal attack, causing resistance and stress, but to give a gradual and convincing alternative to lives that have been lived in frustration and grim survival. Ending lives in pain and disease is demonstration of the soul consciousness of the denial of a solution by those experiencing this descending cycle of manifested circumstances. And that right there explains why I had to go through what I had to go through, so that I could attest personally with my own testimony to this fact right here. After having spent 10 years on death's door, running from myself. That's really all that was, by the way. Wow. What appears as a complex and impossible situation has a simple solution. A change of attitude and application of simple, understandable laws will provide the passageway through to new experience. This is true. This is so true. That's why it's, I've said before, that's how it can happen in the blink of an eye. It's at the speed of thought. Back to the book. Creation does not provide for suffering to buy anything but more suffering. Wow, that's true. It is a free will choice. Therefore, it is time to opt for a new experience by giving up what does not work and has not worked for an eon of sequential episodes. This is true. Oh my gosh, this is so true. The laws of attraction, intention, and allowing used purposefully through free will choice are the criteria that will allow for the freedom of humanity and its return to full galactic citizenship and the ability to travel freely. Failure to follow these guidelines will require replacement of those individuals into another learning situation. You are being offered the opportunity to begin again with the basics and incorporate them into your experience and surge ahead in a leap of consciousness that is unparalleled. How sad it will be if you stubbornly refuse to take advantage of the opportunity. I've said that before myself. I see what's happening here, and I feel it is an evolutionary leap of consciousness along with the physical vessel. That's the messages that I keep receiving internally and the experiences that I'm having with my own physical vessel. And that's just me. That's not this book. That's not any other channeled material on any sort of level. It's just my own personal experience. Wow, I cannot tell you guys. That's the end of number 4. I'll be right back with number 5, but I can't tell you what. This is so mind blowing for me as to exactly how timely and right here it is. And I'm that, I tell you, wow, this is bringing a lot forward for me. So I hope you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself. And until next time, be well. Be well, my friends.